Alright guys, on this lovely afternoon, I have my spiritual don'ts and spiritual do list, and my public announcement list. Also have my tarot cards ready for shuffling and grabbing. So, my spiritual don'ts, okay, so I've come across many different types of readers, and I appreciate everyone for their knowledge, big or small. You can always learn something from someone. But just off of who I am, how I function, handle things, etc. If you are put in a position to give any sort of advice or information, knowledge, but you don't back it up by reciprocating, then I think that's a spiritual don't, if you ask me. Okay, expecting respect, but not giving it. It's another one. Favoritism. Now, I want to say mutualism is a good thing to look into, right? And symbiosis. Okay, lack of community or overcompensation, overconsumption of community. It's another one. And of course, social gain, financial gain, spiritual bypassing. You know, do the math. Spiritual dues, humanitarianism, making space for those who express themselves around you. Allowing intention to guide you, when called, of course. Another thing, starting this whole tarot reading thing, I don't usually record myself, but one thing I've heard a lot is when somebody is very attached to an archetype in spirituality, they claim it up and down, you know? That is a red flag. There needs to be open-mindedness, more open-mindedness for the spiritual dues, the spiritual doings. For my public announcement, my readings are not directed towards anyone I know or follow. If you happen to resonate in an eerily fashion, that is a conversation I'm willing to have. But beyond that, I would not put any sort of confusion or hurtful energies towards any sovereign, whole, empathetic, compassionate, caring, lovely people. So, to the developing energy, I was seeing a lot of litter scattered. It's giving breadcrumbing and also scatterbrained. And I was picking up on this whole favoritism energy again, and roles and responsibility ships. So, I like to work in groups for my tarots. And I have 5 groups of cards, just general. Pick up and put down. Resistance, apprenticeship, hard work, dedication, travel, satisfaction. Okay. It's giving spectrum, one side of the scale, the Fool reversed, injustice, karma, dishonesty. Tomorrow looks promising, so if you feel like today's been slow, you're not having the best day. Litigation, misinformation, avoiding or ending conflict, respecting differences, agreeing to disagree, diversity, peace. So pretty much going along with what I was saying, the sun, confirmation. I usually do 3 shuffles per deck, per square meter. Maybe somebody here works in construction. I'm seeing a lot of 3 of wands coming out a lot. Also, the magician's been coming out a lot today. And the hangman. Public recognition, progress. I'm seeing a lot of 3 of cups, partnerships. A lot of fire energy, of course. Ace of swords. Victory, success, mental clarity. Emotional immaturity, insecurity, disappointment. Yeah, again, on that spectrum. It's like being in between maturity and the past and releasing. And have faith. Divine timing is at play. I'm just going to give this a shuffle. Oh my gosh, so this is crazy. The 3 of Cups was just upright, and now I split the deck and it's reversed. So, self-work, work from home, independence. I don't usually shuffle my decks while I'm doing readings, but nurturing practical. There's a lot of energy going on, and this might be one of my longer readings. The Devil card and the Moon cards have been creeping out too. Literally creeping. It's like surrounding energies for sure. It's big change. Those cards usually scare me, so for me, them being at a distance but constantly popping out is definitely a sign. Big change, opportunity, the Emperor, control. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of us trying to work on the same things at the same time, it seems, which isn't a bad thing, but there should not be any competition. This energy will clear up by April. It's a passing, it's a phase. Yeah, litigation, this is coming out again. Diversity, peace, indecision. There's a lot of clearing up happening still. Okay, switching the decks. Because Wheel of Fortune coming out upright, which is nice. Shattered dreams, broken families, misaligned values. This is reversed. It's staying in the deck, so I feel like that's a past energy that's being left behind for sure. Okay. Okay. Rejection came out twice. Like being left out in the cold is coming out. Fear of change, indecisiveness, restricted access. I've been feeling a little bit of that lately, but again, back to the whole favoritism and mutualism aspect. Nobody is in charge of telling you the Hierophant upright. Yeah, the Hierophant upright is usually my confirmation card too. Nobody's in charge of telling you where you fit. But at the same time, reciprocation matters. Teamwork, collaboration, learning. I was getting the energy of people being demoted. Not for long, but to reevaluate, reassess a little. Getting a little itchy here and there. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, all of the Hierophant and 3 cards, 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, those just keep coming out. September. Oh, that one went right back in. Justice, fairness. Yeah, there's a lot of balancing out going on. But anger is upright in next summer and Knight of Swords. So, past drama is trying to find a way to stay in the front. 4 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we're missing the 8. Maybe somebody lost a friend. I'm sorry if you've lost a friend recently or in... Yeah, I just saw grieving. Okay. Next full moon. So maybe you lost a friend last full moon. Page of Wands reverse. Oh, they're still supporting you through your journey. That's sweet. Oh, don't fly away from me. Alright, I'm gonna shuffle this one. Oh, see the Hierophant coming out upright, and the High Priestess coming out reverse. Magician upright and Hierophant upright is pretty accurate, consistent energy for me. Guilt, bad business, endings, beginnings, change, anger reverse. So if you take that bad business and your anger for probably having some sort of failure, it will help your metamorphosis and start of a new cycle transition better. Like not even alchemize or shift anything, just change a thought. It literally can just be a simple, you gotta make it a simple thing. The more energy you put towards something, the more, it's like trying to force happiness, you know, you can, but you shouldn't force it. Balance, resourcefulness, profits, losses, shifting, yeah. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting to shuffle this deck one more time. I don't usually do that, but I also usually work in, oh, see, yeah, these were the cards I was talking about earlier, somebody losing their friend. There, can even be a pet. You know what, I was getting pet the other day. Yeah, I could do 3 shuffles per deck, usually. Oh, the moon. Yeah, that one keeps coming up. Oh my god, these 2 cards again. The moon coming up right. Innocence, freedom. Yeah, just a very innocent energy that's passed away. Maybe somebody miscarried too. It's time to let go. Divine timing, strength. There's more love to come. More passion, more energy coming in. The moon upright, abuse of power, stubbornness. See, the moon card keeps just creeping. It's always creeping recently. Put that grief towards saving. I know that sounds shallow, but at the end of the day, it's going to make you feel better instead of worse. The sun again. There's a lot of good things coming, guys. The Chariot reversed, though. Certainness, lack of direction, independence, success. Even as things change and become clear and opportunities, you know, when things leave, it seems less at first, but then more comes in. You know, the gradual per APR, you know, the percentage, the compound of it makes it more at the end of the day. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, okay. So this is, yeah, 9 of Pentacles. That one is reversed. That's usually the most fertile card in the deck. There's a card creeping out. April popped out again. That's interesting. Maybe that's somebody's name. Next winter. Deception, haphazard, gossip, self-expression, bad information, personal closure, or no closure, incompletion, self-love, disharmony, Isn't that funny how all that can coexist at once? Harmony, disharmony, love, self-love. But hatred comes from love existing. Hatred is a form of jealousy. Lover card, Hermit card, the World. Again, 3 of Cups, 5 of Cups. Retreat, choosing happiness, check for alignment. Well, if you're watching this video, you are aligned, especially after realizing The Hanged Man reversed would usually mean stagnant for me. So it being upright like this, it's more like you could fall on your head if you don't hear yourself a certain way. Okay, we do one more shuffle and split, etc. Divine timing at play again. Lack of structure and procedure. I know I need to take that advice more too. Unbiased judgment, justice, independent, clear boundaries, passion, hard work, standards, hierophant, conflict, battle, apprenticeship, struggle. It's the right time to take action. There was just the moon, the new moon in Aries, full moon, and pretty much making decisions, not impulsively, but without overthinking. Fear reversed, fear, anxiety, upright. So it's giving also whoever's grieving over this loss, you're in more pain than the person or pet animal that passed away. That unconditional love is there, and you are getting in the way of that connection by allowing grief to torment you. Fear reversed. This, whoever, whatever has passed is not. There's just so much untapped potential that is being wasted on fear and anxiety too. That's come out. Okay. That's usually how it is. This reverse is giving, there's so many better things to think about, but it's almost like subconscious. Like this is giving subconscious thoughts, but it's reverse, meaning you're conscious but unaware of the subconscious. And in this case, what we're talking about. The Knight of Swords gives mental energy too, by the way. But if you notice, it looks like it's going left instead of right. So it's almost like reverse, going 3 months from now. It's almost like going backwards. Like using the end of something to get to the start of something. I've mentioned that before too, yeah, recently. King of Wands. So someone here is holding one emotion at a time, or that's what's needed or expected to stay grounded. Queen of Swords. There are or should be mature feminine energies around you. Page of Wands. King of Wands. So it's giving strong mother figure, emotionally absent father figure. Leaving you with a bunch of unsolved emotional trauma. Like, you can be emotionally unstable, but, like, mentally stable. You know what I mean? That's possible. I mean, either or can be healthier or unhealthy, depending. You know, personality and all that, and reality in 3D still matters. People like to say you need to always look past the 3D, but sometimes you just really need to ground in it, too. King of Cups reversed. Yeah, this is just somebody that's not nurturing their emotions or allowing any new ones. But it's not leaving them mentally stuck, like I said. But it's leaving them mentally manipulative. It's like there's so many opportunities to share and receive. And the wand energy. It's like the more you focus on the physical, the more you can manifest physical. But the same goes for emotions and logic. You have to nurture that in its own right. Okay, let's do one shuffle and then we'll clear this up because there's a lot more happening behind the scenes. Boiling. Another thing that's been stuck in my head is The Morning by The Weeknd. That song, The Money, all that money, the money. I feel that. Not that it's the motive for me necessarily. I'm happy with my bills paid. That's enough for me. See, now it's reversed. Okay, can we clarify? Oh, they want me to do one more shuffle per deck. Oh my gosh. Alright. They're like, you want me to clarify? I will clarify. Yeah, King of Swords reversed. So not only emotionally absent father, but mentally absent. So like, if you're going to say it right. There is a love interest available, but it's something that has not been physically worked on to acquire. So it's like all these physical options. The energy is there, but the physical manifestation isn't. Yeah, illusion. So it's like you're not in an illusion with this being backwards and kind of staying in the deck here. Five of Cups being reversed. You're not in any illusions, but you are stuck in your head. Like, it seems like you're disordered or there's a complex happening and you're grieving and you're stuck in all these things. But it's not disorder. I was talking about maladaptive behaviors too. Queen of Cups. This is not only giving confirmation because I am a feminine energy. That's another thing with the whole spiritual do's and don'ts and allowing space. Same goes for energies. You know, a lot of readers say apply the roles where they fit, the energies where they fit. There's no gender in tarot. At the same time, we still need to respect the roles when they do apply and the energies when they do apply. Okay, yeah. And less indecisiveness with that for sure. Alright. I also have the Light Shadow Tarot right here, so I'm going to give it a quick shuffle. Hopefully I get like 3 cards. I usually work in 3s too. It's like, that's always been my favorite number, like Code, Kid, Name Next Door. That cartoon was one of the greats. Okay. I'm starting to find balance between my financial and emotional life. I'm more open to communication. You brought back faith into my life, and now I'm trusting the higher power despite my past. I allow myself to feel loved and protected. I don't like to share myself with others. I hold on to things and relationships that do not serve me. This is reversed. I have a lot of respect for the elderly. Okay. I also follow tradition even if it's outdated. I'm grateful for everything that you gave me, and I want to give back 10 times more. The scales will be balanced very soon. I'm taking a break from everything so I can maintain and release my old ways of thinking. This process is not that easy. Okay. My heart was already broken when we met, so every small gesture from you can trigger pain that feels 10 times worse than normal. I hate that. I don't know what's worse, like experiencing that in a detached state from someone else, or being the person to do that. You know what I mean? Like, if you do that to somebody that's not emotionally mature or is dissociated, like, you know, hurt people hurt people. I'm starting to see that my actions have consequences, and I'm giving up blaming others. I surrender to the will of God and let it be. Absolutely. I'm starting to feel more confident in my own power and in my own decisions, and I can see clearly what actions I need to take. I'm starting to appreciate how fair you have been all this time and not accepting my bad behavior despite your warm nature. That was reversed. Maybe you feel like you've been mean to your mom and you need to be nicer to her. Oh, loud. I was betrayed so many times in the past that I prefer to end things before they even start to avoid that type of pain again. So if your mom's been triggered by, you know, everyone argues, families too. So it could be both ways too. Like, hurting your mom because you're hurt too, but like, take it as you will. Learning how to practice self-care and rest when I feel overwhelmed. It's nice to stop working for a while and just enjoy being. Absolutely. I have decided I want to pursue. Life is great. Nothing is going to stop me. Since I can't control you, I prefer to daydream of perfect interactions between us where you agree with me. I kind of have a habit of doing that too, but I'm trying to be as realistic as possible, honestly. As long as you're trying to be honest, if you're trying, that's what matters. Once I start to focus on our problem, it's hard to stop, and then I get paranoid that it will get even worse, falling into anxiety, spiraling. Okay. Yeah, leaving behind old habits. I have a, okay. Rough childhood was in reverse. Illusions. Worst case scenarios I know are... Okay, so it's either somebody's lying about having a rough childhood, or people think their worst case scenarios are lies or illusions, or like they explain things and people don't believe them when they are. I've had that problem. I'm amazed of how well you understand things. It's nice to have gratitude and appreciate things big and small. My family's very dear to me, and I want to build more in which I can provide for more needs. I've been inspired to create projects and manifest. I feel comfort and joy for all my hard work, and it's even easier relaxing with you. I want to include you in my projects and collaborate. That was reversed, mind you, but the overall energy is good. It's like, even if somebody isn't successfully with you or near you or your friend anymore, like, they still see you for all you have to offer and your talent and, you know, depth. I'm starting to see more clearly. I can also see the gifts and connections around me. Yeah, well, I'm going to end it there, and if you can see, my lovely incense has been powering through in the back. I love me a tall boy, in this case, an incense. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I don't like intros or outros, but yay!